Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking right. I don't put that political stuff down. I'm gonna get back to teaching my lessons. I'm back in the book. I got something good for you though. This is a good lesson. You know how we do. Let's go. Some of y'all missed this. Some of y'all say, man, give me that other stuff. I try to keep the balance. Remember my yacht. All right, let's rock. Right, there's a 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on. Teaching. See the hat? Okay. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate. You, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life. Through mental and spiritual discipline, heart mind coherence, spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm trying hard to do it every day. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And 2, my God, be true. We in part 2 of chapter 2 of the book, The Glorious Light for Meditation. Okay? Everything in here is all about the mental. The mental connected with the spiritual. It's going to tell you how to deal with that. So right thinkers, let's go over the gloss. I'm going to give you the story of Heteru and Tahuti. But for now, we're going to talk about what it asks the question, what is enlightenment? I hear you say spiritual enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment. Let's see what they say. All right. What is enlightenment? Enlightenment is the ultimate discovery of what? Life. The meaning of life. You get it. The light going, aha, or eureka, I got it. You hit the mark. Bullseye. Get the concept? And the question is, you answer that question with, who am I? Know thyself, you had the answer. Why am I here? Knowledge of self, self-mastery, you had that answer. And, watch this, why am I here? And what can I do to experience what? Glory, peace, contentment, joy, and what we call immortality in what we call life and the hereafter. How do you know there's a hereafter? Nobody came back and told us about it. Okay, how you know about heaven? And nobody came back and tell you about that either. So don't play that word game when I'm trying to give you a philosophy or concept that maybe you may differ. Don't mean nothing to me. I can explain it to you. So all that game plan, no need for that. Okay, it's about learning. All right. So we all talk about something other than this. If you're a spiritual being, you know that your spirit don't die when the physical body dies. Another lesson, hopefully that may have been enlightening. Okay. Enlightenment is finding something out that you didn't know. Self-discovery. Knowing thyself. Okay. Well, what are the 5 steps to enlightenment? Mr. Enlightenment. Good question. And again, philosophical, common answer. What you think and feel about the answer means nothing to me. But I got 5 quick lessons for you, 5 steps. I'm going to break down for you best I could to teach you what about enlightenment. 5 steps to become enlightened. 5 steps to know thyself. Whatever you want to frame it, however you want to do it, let's go. In ancient Egyptian scripture, it was written down. Somebody put it down. Sorry, calm down. Of Het Hadoop, the story goes, God sent her down to what? To kill anybody who didn't respect him. That's what the punishment for sin was. Sinners was blasphemies. Anybody talked against God, went against God, killed them. So that was the punishment. And he sent her down there and she did a job, but it got so good to her, she got a little carried away. Long story short. And he sent Tahuti, who is what? His mind, his consciousness, who gives what his commands are mentally. So he broke it down for her. Long story short. It's a story about that. I'm going to give it to you in a minute. I had to get to this first for some reason. I'm going to do this a little backwards. But it's a story about Het Hadoop and Tahuti. All right? But these are 5 principles based on that story, okay, that's set forth by the ancient sages. I got my hat on, got my teaching hat on. Sages also, but sage is a little gangster. But I'm teaching right now from the book. All right? But the 5 steps. These principles, again, philosophical concepts that you can manifest by what? By practicing it, by implementing it, like anything else. Same way the Christian follow the commandments, same way the Christian follow, the Muslim follow, y'all tenets of Islam, whatever y'all practice, same thing. I don't have no problem with that. Understand that. But these principles are designed to do one thing only, to lead a human being to what? Reach what they call spiritual enlightenment. God is spirit. Man is conscious. When you become spiritually conscious, you become spiritually enlightened, you are now conscious of who you are. And that's becoming one with God, knowing thyself. Okay? It's been laid out. I'm just trying to break it down my way. Everybody got a concept, but I watch, but I do mine my way. Moving on. First step. The first thing is, you're ignorant. Ignorance is what? Just not knowing. And if you don't know yourself, you start out ignorant. With what? Knowledge of self. You have none. Okay? But that problem going to be solved. Again, we're all born ignorant. So the playing field is level. Okay? For those who become enlightened, they'll go on. Those who don't, get to come back and try it again. Like school, if you don't pass, you got to come back and do it again. What? Until you do. That's the physical life concept. All right. Now, how can I handle what can I do about my ignorance? That's where I come in at. Find a spiritual preceptor, a master teacher, a sage, a guru, or whatever you want to call it, a saint, sage, whatever you want to call them, but a teacher, somebody who knows. That's all. Me and my best friend, pastor, we got to God. He came this side, I came that side. And guess what? We both met here. And we've been cool ever since. Get the concept? So it ain't no one way to get to God. If it's 9 billion people on this earth, there's 9 billion ways to get to God. Because everybody got their own way. And that's the only way you're going to get there is on your own. So it's a philosophy that can help you along the way. That's what this is geared for. That's what right thinking philosophy is all about. To get you to understand God for yourself. That's all. I ain't preaching to you. I'm trying to teach you what you need to do or show you what you can do to know thyself. Uh-oh, I see a fly. It's getting that time of year. All right, excuse me. Number 3, the wisdom of self-knowledge. That means somebody who've experienced it, you should listen to them. I tell you, I'm only going to teach you what I've experienced. And right thing philosophy twist about my philosophy is it's about my life philosophically, and I can use it to teach a philosophical concept. I'm going to have to use mythological characters. I got real life characters, okay, and I use them all. Always have and always will. That's how I teach from, okay? I use whatever means necessary, in the words of Malcolm. Number 4, my favorite. There you go. Like a little wobbly there, but it's all about the scale. It's about balance. Maya is all about the balance. You got 2 hemispheres in your brain. You need to use both sides to make a good judgment, a good assessment of a situation. So you practice Maya in everything you do, maintaining your balance. Okay? See both sides before you make a decision. That's all. Use both sides of the brain. Well, Don't care. Excuse me. I'm not here to debate. I'm just teaching. See that? I mean, I know what I'm talking about. If nothing else, I'm not here delusional. All right, wrap this up for this meditation spot. There you go. Last one. Number 5. Ding, 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 ding. Meditation. God is only consciousness. God is spirit and conscious. He gave you life. That's the spirit. You have to become conscious of him in you. That's the work that you have to put in. And when you meditate, you can do just that. You can pray till you get blue in the face, and that's fine. But meditate is when you communing with God. God is talking to you, praying, you talking to God. I keep trying to explain that to y'all. So if you're not a meditator, practice. Why? How you getting to God? It ain't physical. God's up here. Okay? Heart, mind, coherence. I'll keep telling you. That's one. Y'all gonna hear that, and anybody who knows that, they stole my concept. I see it. I see it coming. I see it coming. Why? Because that's a philosophical concept that's spot on. The spirit and the mind. That's God. God is what? Spirit and consciousness. We're in his image. We're just that. In the physical form. Why? To get back spiritually. That's all. We fell into human form. Okay, moving on. Man is what? Fallen angelic beings, angels in the physical form. Now you devils. Okay, prove yourself to go back home conceptually. Because we in hell. If you like it here, you're a devil. You're a devil worshiper. If you like material stuff, you like physical pleasures, you like all the things, money, fortune, fame, you're a devil worshiper. And 98% of y'all who believe you're serving God, we're the devil worshipers too. Okay? All you followers of these devil worshipers. Moving on. Now, let's talk about how to control the mind. Through meditation. Good segue. I see. And this is the book. I'm taking you through the book, trying to articulate some of it, break it down so you can understand it. You can get the same book and read it. That book, that Bible. My buddy. Anything in that Bible, he know. I tell him all the time, the ongoing joke is, dude, I got a library of what I think is good information and good books, right? And yeah, okay, that's fine. So I got my knowledge the old-fashioned way, studying, laboring and trying to figure it out and understanding. Oh, yeah, okay, fine. So I got that. My dude got one book, and he's still here with that one book. That's my point. And he said, well, right, I never heard it put that way before. Dude, I'm trying to tell you, you do one thing. You've been doing it since I've known you. I done did this, I done did that, I done went here and did that, but all that accumulated to get me where I am now, and I understand it now. But, dude, you ain't free at all. You ain't Richard, you just been the whole time. And look where I end up. And all I went through, you look at where I don't know about that. Yeah. I get there, I'm looking for what? A face of a good friend. I got one. He doing the same thing. Why? It ain't easy. I know that now. But when you get there, it ain't going to be a whole bunch of people. Trust me on that one. All right? So let's talk about control of the mind. If you're sincere from the heart with what you study and what you believe, it'll work for you. That's power. That's true power. Even if what you believe is a lie. That's a miracle. You're going to take a lie and make it real. That's a miracle. I don't create miracles. Why? I don't take lies. I take the truth. It's easy for me to do my job with the truth. It's hard with that lie. That's why I respect y'all. You get to that, my man, I got nothing but respect. I got none for the lot of whoever who trying that ain't got nowhere near where you are. So understand that. But respect for those who do. Control of the mind. The body belongs where? To the earth. You heard that? The body stays here. I go to gravesite. Everybody's body. Ain't nobody's body left this earth yet. So how could Jesus be in the mansion with God physically at the right hand? Or St. Peter at the gate letting people in? Conceptually. I can dig if you say that. But don't tell me literal. Okay, I ain't buying. And it says the body belongs to earth. And listen, the soul belongs to heaven. That makes sense? We're here. The physical body stays in hell. It ain't going nowhere. The spirit, if enlightened, when it woke up, when the body sees, it goes back to where it's come from. Heaven. Our spirits are divine. It ain't the problem. The spirit ain't the problem. It's you becoming conscious, okay? Waking up, remembering, whatever it is. I till now, after studying, and again, I learned life. So I'm studying objectively. I put that concept with this. Oh, that aha moment. Heaven, like I said, they broke it down. They had to broke it down. And you can't miss it. But they knew that what? The spirit don't die. It just what? Either reincarnate or go home. We've been knowing that that's the ancient Egyptian proverb. How about that? All right, I see the cloud. Let me wrap this up. But the goal of Sama Yoga, practice, right to the philosophy, listen, is to what? Calm the movement of your mind. How and why? Because when the mind is calm, it is only then that your true nature of what? Yourself can be known, just as the bottom of a lake can be seen when what? When the silt settles out of the water. When the water's been moving around in a little market, but when everything ceases and the stuff dissipate, you can see clear to the bottom. And that's the concept that they use. And if you did that before, you know just what they're talking about. So this ain't new way thought process. This is just common sense. So understand. I can understand it. I ain't that smart. Moving on. And what's this? Just like you see the body clear to the bottom of the water. All right. Your mind should be the same way. Your mind is not the essence of the human being. That's the part that God gave you. That's you. That's the individual. And if it don't become conscious of who it really is, but only the mind is only a tool used by all human beings. Its functions. Your mind job, Tahuti. This is Tahuti's function, is to what? Memory, imagination, intelligence, cognization, and sleep. That's the mind's job. That's what your brain is programmed to do. To tell me, oh, my brain, I'm overwhelmed. No, that's just you not having control over it. It don't have a problem. You do. Okay? But that's its job. Its function is to just do that. We gave air identity. We gave the mind function. That's Tahuti. Okay? This is all metaphorically. When you get the metaphorical concept, you can follow along and get the conscious understanding and say, oh, I get it. You ain't got to follow. You ain't got to like it. But if you get it, that's what now is your choice. You can practice it or not. Moving on. So again, it's all about choices. All right? But when somebody got something that's good, don't worry. I don't care what you think about it. I do it. And these functions of the mind are based on what? Mental. Mental. God is mental. All is mental. That's what Hermes Trismegistus say. Guess who? That's your mind. Okay? So he's telling you it's all about me. Mental impressions which gathered what? From your previous actions, I read, and they operate through what? A 3-state of what? Consciousness. One is lucidity. I told you that. That's being aware. That's being up on it. Okay? And agitation. That's worrying about things that happened in the past, stuck in memory, or things that haven't happened yet. You worry about it. That's imagination. And then you got dullness. Just ignorance. Just don't know. Just doing whatever. Sound familiar? And if either one of these are your character, I'm not talking about you personally. I don't know you from a can of paint. Could care. I'm just giving you a concept. And if the shoe fits Cinderella, that's not my problem. Moving on. The functions, and that's what these are. Functions of your mind. Leave impressions in your unconscious mind. Okay? When there are too many impressions, overload, can't keep track. Impressions of the individuality, excuse me. When there's a problem with your individuality and not enough impressions of one's true nature, meaning you're confused, you don't know yourself. I'm a man trapped in a woman's body. I'm a woman trapped in a man's body. No, you're not. You're just confused psychologically, and they should be dealt with in that manner. But that's neither here nor there, but that's my concept of it. The alphabet people, they got sickness. That's all they got to be cured of. All right, now what happens when when a person has fallen into this state of what? Delusion, ignorance of oneself, ignorance of self. This is pattern. And it's a fact. I listen to all these neuroscientists. They say the same thing. They say the same thing. They say the ancients knew what we just starting to find out. How about that? So everything I know from there, y'all didn't show me nothing new yet. Y'all discovered stuff that I already knew. So I ain't impressed. That's why, trust me. And when the soul, again, we talking about language, when the souls come into physical existence, fall into physical form, spirit becomes matter. Yin and a yang, okay? Watch this. It needs what? A mind, a conscience, in order to what? Actually interact in the physical world. Your body needs this. You got this. You get them together, you have something going. But watch this. Now, if it gets caught up in the mind, what? And its functions and forgets itself. That's the problem right there. I just probably explained that to you. Instead of knowing that self, remember that self. Wow, we forgot who we are. We come down here, we born ignorant. That's the ignorance part right there. Way back to the beginning. Ignorance is the foundation in which we stand on. We got to what? Find somebody to teach us. And what? Practice the teachers for yourself to become. Master oneself by what? The Mayat philosophy and daily meditation. Those are the 5 steps to enlightenment. They haven't changed. They've been there since ancient times. Moving on. But it is said, what's this? It is said that to be in a state of ignorance, some of us think that's normal. I got a problem with ignorance. We're in the age of Aquarius. We just left Pisces, the age of mystery. Okay? Stop the nonsense. Ain't no longer mystery. Why? We're in the age of information. That means if you're still ignorant because you lack of information, that's a you problem. Moving on. And if it's caught up in the cycle, again, here you go, of karmic entanglement, that means you constantly living your life over and over and over and not learning nothing. Why? Due to your actions, get you to come back again. Why? You haven't done the things that you need to do for your spirit to be enlightened. That's why. Nobody put the gun in your head. Nobody forced you to do nothing. It's all internal. It's all self. Hence, self, know thyself. Impressions of experiences caused by what? Your human desires, your egoistic desires caused by your worldly thoughts and ambitions and thoughts that cause what? Your actions. We say money is the root of all evil. What they do for money is what's evil. And since y'all make money, God, they think they're serving God by chasing that money and doing the things that they think gonna get the money, which is godly. That's just wrong. And don't worry, that's what the hell is for y'all. And due to your actions, and do these actions will leave what? New worldly impressions to what? Fuel the same process all over again, individually, indefinitely, meaning the cycle of birth, death will continue. Even impelling your soul to what? You ready? Reincarnate when? Again and again. Perpetuating the ongoing delusion of egoism. Oneself believing it's all about me, I. And they go through life living that way. Moving on. So the process, oh Lord. Okay, let me wrap it up. So the process means what? Controlling one's actions through what? With right thoughts. If you're not thinking before you act, if you act and didn't think, that's not going to end well for you. Every now and then, they say a blind squirrel get a nut, but you don't want to depend on that philosophy. Hell to the no. Think first, act second. Acts, thoughts, and desires are what? So as to what? You can promote new impressions. That means what? Change and practice. You ready? Maya. Truth. That's what she represents. Order, justice, reciprocity. All that is divine. When you practice living that way, you become divine. In what? Action and deeds. That's what you get blessed for. You see where I'm going with this? I'm trying to take it home for you right now. And watch this. When you practice Maya, justice and truth, thereby what? You're cleansing what? Your mind, along with your heart, by what? The action and the selfless deeds that you're doing, selfless service you offer, treating people the way you want to be treated. All those things are recognized by who? Your mind. God, which will what? Lead to what? Now, desires of what? Truth, honesty, good things. Thoughts of what? Truth and right actions of what? Truth through what? Mental purity, studying, practicing, and your spiritual enlightenment will become from what? The actions and the deeds through doing these things. And that is what they call knowing the true self, or AKA knowing thyself. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. We're getting back to teaching. I got some more stuff coming up. The philosophy of the mind. I read through it. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. But right thinkers in closing. May you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I never know my right thinkers who's starting to get understanding of how to become enlightened and passed away.